What's going on, guys and gals? It's 8-Bit Ray from the Gorilla Brain Podcast, and you are listening to the Geek World All-Star Podcast Network.
Broadcasting very fast and very dangerous from the planet Malastare. You are listening to So Wizard.
You're thinking, you said people gonna die?
The only podcast to make the Kessel run in under 12 parsecs.
There'll be no one to stop us this time.
What's going on, everybody? It is time for episode number 279 of the So Wizard Podcast. I'm your host, Joey DiCarlo. My co-hosts are the queen of all nerds, Aubrey Litchfield.
I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it.
You like to...
Move it!
And the expert, Mr. Marcellus Reagans.
When will my reflection show who I am inside? Never.
How can our mirrors be real if our eyes aren't real? You are listening to So Wizard Podcast. Three friends discuss the world of nerd, podcasting weekly on the Geek World All-Stars Podcast Network. This week, trailers, and more trailers. We are going to jump right into all of the trailers that have dropped in the last week as everyone fights to get their advertisement in front of the new Star Wars movie. Before we get into all of that, how is everyone doing? Marcellus, what's going on?
Nothing. Keeping busy. I'm still trying to get as many movies in before the end of the year. Make sure I can say that I've seen almost everything. And I actually made it through The Irishman in one sitting. Boom, take that.
Wow, one sitting. Huh?
Yeah, the whole thing. Not only did I go through from beginning to end, I even watched a little extra half an hour thing afterwards. So needless to say,
wow.
I didn't do anything at all that day.
Wow. I couldn't make it through in one sitting, and not because of the movie, but because I watched it in the morning after I came home from work, and I was just like, I gotta go to bed.
Yeah, I made sure I took a nice nap beforehand.
You got yourself ready?
Yep.
Awesome. Aubrey, how about you? How are you?
I'm alive.
Are we sure about that?
Barely.
Just barely.
Barely.
Almost through with school?
Almost done with this semester, and then I have one more semester, and then I should graduate.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then no more school?
Probably still more school, because there's nothing I can do with an associate's in psychology.
Oh.
It was just the closest thing I was done to finishing, or the closest thing I was to finishing. So.
All right, then.
My life is miserable, everybody.
Well, it's about to get better because it's time to record a new episode. I haven't been doing anything except sleeping and working because it's the season. So I wish I had anything more important or exciting to report back. But, oh well. Sorry, kids. But enough about us. Let's talk about us. Marcellus, why don't you tell the listeners where they can find more So Wizard Podcast?
All right, so everybody can go to SoWizardPodcast.com where they will find new episodes every week. They'll find movie reviews, sometimes from yours truly, Netflix and Amazon streaming picks from our buddy, the awesome Adam Mollyhawk. You'll also find our merchandise there. Purchase some of our So Wizard t-shirts and sweatshirts and look good while you're representing the show. Another great way to support our show, especially during this holiday season, is by doing your Amazon shopping right through the shopping link that we keep right on the website. You just click on that Amazon logo, order the things that you want, and that way you'll be helping out our little show. We'll get a little notification that our website is being used to help you shop, and it'll help us out. Another great way to find us and get in touch with us is through our social media that we keep right on the website. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can find the links right there on the SoWizardPodcast.com website page. You can also subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts and give us a 5-star review while you're there. You can also find us on the Stitcher Radio app for your tablet or smartphone. We're on Podbean. We're on Google Play Music. We are on iHeartRadio. And you can stream us through my favorite way of listening to podcasts, Spotify. We also have a Patreon page. You can support us monetarily, receive bonus content from the group here at So Wizard. You can also find some videos on our YouTube page, So Wizard Podcast /YouTube.com or something like that. Shout out to everyone in the Geek World's All Stars Podcasting Network. We love you guys and girls. Back to you, Joey.
I'm so confused, alien.
Oh, thanks, Gal Gadot. Great. So this week we don't have any movie to review, and last week we were clawing and scraping and just the bottom of the barrel. We were digging even deeper than the bottom of the barrel to find news to talk about, and then literally hours after we finished recording, trailers started dropping. So we saved them all up, and we're going to talk about each one. What do you got for us, Mark Ellis?
Yo, pump it up. It's time for the news. Yo, we getting ready to bring you the news, boy.
And the news is all about trailers. So let's start with our TV trailers first. We got our first look at some footage from The Boys Season 2.
Boys!
So The Boys Season 2 is just a lot of quick cuts, a lot of quick scenes from the upcoming season. They don't really show a lot of the story, but we get a taste of what the characters have been up to. I think it looks pretty cool. It looks bloody as hell. It looks a lot like the first one, which I definitely have to go back and rewatch and make sure I get reacquainted with season 1 of The Boys. But I think it looks cool. They didn't give a date for when it's coming out, but it is definitely 2020. So what do you guys think of these? Think of this particular trailer, Aubrey?
It surprisingly looks more graphic than season 1, which I didn't think was possible. So I'm excited to see what happens.
Yeah, just that opening shot alone is like eerie of the hero floating down from the skies, like covered in blood.
Yeah, and then he smiles. It's super creepy.
Oh my god!
It makes me wonder if what's his face's wife gets killed, like if he kills her, and takes her son. Spoiler, but you know.
Yeah, spoiler if you haven't seen season 1 of The Boys.
Yeah.
Of the what?
What?
Boys! Boys!
Oh, it'll never get old.
All right, Joey, what about you? What did you think of this trailer?
I thought it looked cool. Yeah, like Aubrey said, like somehow even gorier than it was before. In the first season, they put plastic explosives up an invisible man's ass and exploded him, but somehow this seemed gorier.
Yeah, right.
So that's great. I'm wondering if how they're going to redeem the Deep. That's the guy's name, right? The Aquaman guy.
I don't remember any of their names. But
okay,
it sounds right.
How they're going to redeem him, because it seems like hard to come back from, like what he was doing. So, but that seems to be the arc they're going for as well. So that'll be interesting. That's probably the thing I'm most interested in. I honestly don't even care about the main story. That's what I'm most interested in.
You know, they don't really show a lot of footage of the girl, like the main girl who's the star of season 1. Like I think she might have been in like maybe 2 scenes, maybe.
But Starlight,
yeah, she was like barely in it.
I wonder if they haven't even they finished filming, right?
I don't know. Yeah, they must have at this point. Yeah.
I don't know. I guess they just maybe she's not in scenes that are bloody and gory, so they didn't want to show it in the trailer.
Maybe she dies like in the first episode. Maybe what's his name kills her, the Superman guy.
I hope not. Homelander.
Homelander, yeah. Yeah. See, I got to go back and rewatch season 1. I don't remember any of that shit. I just remember it being really good. All right, so that's it for a TV. So now let's go into some movies. So we got our look at a comedy from the studio that brought you Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast, and The Lion King twice. It said Ryan Reynolds is Free Guy, a guy who realized that he's in a video game and decides that he wants to do something different. Now, this was originally a Fox movie and of course, when Fox got bought out by Disney, it's now under the Disney umbrella. But this sounds just like Wreck-It Ralph, like a I don't know, PG-13 version of Wreck-It Ralph, maybe. I don't know. It looks kind of cool. Ryan Reynolds can do no wrong in my eyes. Recently, the guy's just been on fire. So I'm very excited to see this one. It's coming out in July. But what'd you think of this trailer, Joey?
I thought it looked funny. Somewhat. I never like laughed out loud, but it was like sensible chuckle.
Yeah,
I guess. I don't know. I'm not going to say this trailer made me like say I must go to the movies immediately and see this film, but it looked like it would be enjoyable. I would probably put my excitement at like a 2.5 out of 5 right now.
Okay.
For this, I don't want it. And here's the thing, though, it's a comedy, so I don't want to see any more trailers for it because then they're just going to keep ruining jokes that are in the movie. So I guess I would be interested in seeing it, but I'm not like doing backflips around the house about it.
All right. Yeah. And thanks for reminding me for doing the meter that we care about this movie. I wanted to say the Code 45 give a fuck a meter.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to do that. So on a star meter, 0 to 5, you're going to say 2.5. You're excited for this.
Yes.
All right. Aubrey, what did you think of this trailer?
I am less excited than Joey is.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I think it looks really stupid.
Yeah.
I don't even want to see it, even though I know I'm going to have to.
I love that qualifier for things.
I think it just looks really fucking stupid.
Did you feel like the video games in it, Aubrey, kind of looked like what like a 65-year-old man like thinks like kids play video games have these days?
Yes, like it didn't make any sense at all. I was like, how is this even a video game? Like, how does this make sense at all?
You mean like as a video game? Like what kind of game is this being played, you mean?
Like he puts on glasses and then all of a sudden he's in a video game, but the concept is that he's a background character in a video game who decides he wants to be part of the main story. Like that makes no fucking sense. I don't get it. It's
Well, now you have to see the movie just so it could be explained to you.
I'm angry just thinking about how I'm going to have to see this.
Well, you have some time. It doesn't come out until July. One of the things that I actually really did like about it is the Mariah Carey song. I love that song. So the fact that they used that throughout the whole trailer, I just loved. I enjoyed that. So that's coming out in July. We'll be checking that out.
What about you? Where's your rating on the give a fuck a meter?
Yeah. No, I forgot. Aubrey, what was your rating?
It's a 0.5.
Jesus, really?
I don't want to see it at all.
You know, Ryan Reynolds and the cast, like Steve from Stranger Things and Taika Waititi, they were doing press to like promote the movie. And they asked Ryan Reynolds, like, what made you excited to, join this type of movie, make this type of movie? And he was like, the opportunity to work with Taika Waititi, because, I really admire him. And, it was the first time working together, and it was really cool.
That would be the only reason why I would be excited.
But they had to point out that they did work together in Green Lantern. They were in scenes together.
Oh, yeah.
So I
forgot that he was in Green Lantern.
I thought that was pretty funny because they were both like, yeah, we just wanted to work with each other. We've never worked with each other before, ever. That never happened. I thought it was pretty funny.
Maybe they planned that.
Oh, they did. Yeah, I like Ryan Reynolds. So, yeah, I'm going to say like 3. My level is about 3. Because it doesn't look like there's anything like amazing about it, but it does look fun. It looks like a cross between Wreck-It Ralph and Lego Movie. And it stars Pikachu. So it's like, how wrong can you go with it?
Spoilers for Detective Pikachu.
All right, so then speaking of action movies, we got our look at the newest James Bond movie, No Time to Die. Daniel Craig is back for possibly his last time playing James Bond in a big James Bond action movie. Plenty of stunts, bad guys, special effects that looks really practical, and the selling point for me, Ana de Armas with 2 guns kicking ass in a skirt. So I'm ready for that. I am not a huge James Bond fan. I like a good action movie. I missed a big chunk of the last one, but apparently I got to go back and rewatch it because it looks like this picks up right after that one. But the movie looks just like a regular James Bond movie. The Ana de Armas factor brings it up a notch. So what did you guys think of this trailer, Aubrey?
I don't care about James Bond.
Have you seen any of the Daniel Craig James Bond movies?
I haven't seen any James Bond movies at all.
Oh, okay. Wow. All right. So we're definitely going to not have this one be the first one for you.
Yeah. So my care meter is like, why should I?
All right, Joey, what about you?
So I'm kind of in the same boat as Aubrey. I hate James Bond.
You're the one I wanted to review this trailer.
Yeah, because it was a big trailer that came out, and I thought you guys liked James Bond. So I didn't know Aubrey hated James Bond too. But and you love Mission Impossible and all that stuff, Mark. Don't you like this kind of stuff?
I love Mission Impossible. Yeah, I do.
Well, there you go. So I'm not a big James Bond fan at all, which is why I wouldn't want to go see this. I wouldn't want to review it for the podcast because I don't like James Bond movies. So like seeing the 27th James Bond movie, it's like that's on me. That's my fault if I go to see it and I don't like it because I already know I don't like it. That being said, the trailer actually looked really cool.
What?
There's just a lot of really cool like action sequences and stuff. I mean, if that's what the movie's about, like I would be interested in that.
Jesus Christ. There's like 20 other movies that are there's like 10 other movies that are all like that.
I don't know, but it looked kind of cool, or like something I might watch on like FX Saturdays or something.
Right.
It was weird to all of a sudden see Daniel Craig not with a Southern accent. And of course, I don't think we need to discuss Ana de Armas any more than we already have in the last week on the show, but be still my heart. And I do really like Rami Malek too, so I'd be interested in anything he's going to be in. I'll at least look at. But I just don't like James Bond. But I would say that this trailer, as somebody who doesn't like James Bond, at least blipped it up to a 2 for me. It would normally have been a 0. I would give it a 1 for the action and an extra point for Ana de Armas, and there we are at 2.
Fair enough. I'm going to say 3 because I still got to rewatch the last one. I know the first one was amazing. Daniel Craig's first movie as James Bond was really good. The second one
did have Ava Green in it too.
Yeah, that's true. That one was really good. The second one didn't have any plot at all, but it was all chase scenes and action scenes. So I give it credit for that. The third one I liked. The fourth one I have to rewatch. So I'll give this one a 3 as my excitement meter to go see it. All right. So speaking of movies with long franchises, we got our first look at the Ghostbusters sequel, Ghostbusters Afterlife, where it feels like based on a trailer, they looked at the last movie and like, oh, we know what we did wrong. This is what the fans wanted. This is what we should have done. We get the footage of the family that moves to this farm town in the middle of nowhere where they discover that one of their grandfathers has some buried secrets. Right at the same time that this small sleepy town is witnessing some paranormal activity. So Ghostbusters Afterlife comes out this summer. Joey, what'd you think of this trailer?
All right. So I'm excited about this. As excited, Ghostbusters at this point is almost like, I would say it is like Alien or Predator or Terminator, where it's like, if this sucks, who cares? Like, it's hard to get worked up about it because there's been so much crap of Ghostbusters in the last 30 years. Like, it doesn't really matter. Like, even all the exact same cast and crew couldn't do it again in the second movie. So like, what hope do these people have? But I thought this was interesting, but there was nothing in the trailer that like grabbed me.
Really?
So I like everything it's a weird feeling. And I've watched the trailer like 3 or 4 times just to see if I could get my feelings under control. Like, I like everything that's happening. I like the idea of what's happening. I like the visuals, everything, blah, blah, blah. But there wasn't a like oomph moment in the trailer that made me say like, oh my God. like I was waiting, like maybe they'd show one of the original cast members at the very end.
Yeah.
Even though, or something, just like an oomph, a big like stinger, like gotcha moment. But we didn't get that. So I'm really interested. I think it looks cool, and I'm really interested in the storyline and what they seem to be doing. This trailer didn't have the oomph for me to like be excited about the trailer, but I'm excited about the movie. So I will give it a 3 out of 5.
Okay. All right. Aubrey, what about you?
I can't go higher because Ghostbusters is like burned me so many times.
Oh my God. It's only 2 movies, 2 movies and a couple of animated shows and a video game.
Well, yeah. So we've got one masterpiece movie and one pretty good cartoon. Answer the call. Cut me deep, man. Cut me deep.
Jesus. All right. Aubrey, what about you? What'd you think of this trailer?
I thought it looked cool. Like Joey said, like, I was looking for that excitement factor. Like, you see something and from the old movies, and you're like, oh my God, this is super exciting. I like the cast.
Yeah.
I think it's a really great cast. So I don't see it being such a shit movie like the last one was. I was excited to see the car. That was kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, we saw something similar to that in the last movie too, and the last movie sucked. So I wish they had something that kind of grabbed us from the older movies. It's like, okay, we're fine. We can feel safe now. But I didn't quite see that except for Paul Rudd. So.
All right, fair enough. And so 0 to 5, what do you give it? Your excitement meter.
Maybe like a 3, 2.5 to 3.
All right. I'm giving it a 5 out of 5. I think this trailer looks fucking amazing. It's so beautifully shot, and it doesn't look like it belongs in a Ghostbuster universe. You know what I mean? It has like that real, like, middle America, like Clark Kent on a farm feel to it. You know what I mean? Like, you feel like there's something that's really exciting that's going to happen. I like the kids. I thought like the little bit of the performances that we saw were really good. I think the part where the kid starts the car and is driving a car through the cornfield is cool, and them like chasing a ghost with her on the seat that like comes out of the side of the car, like the shotgun seat. Like, that's come on, that's fucking badass. So yeah, Jason Reitman is an amazing filmmaker. His other movies are really good. He did a movie called Tully that I think is like one of the best movies of last year. So good. So I am really excited to see him play in the sandbox. I think he's going to do something really amazing. And the fact that it looks so good and you don't see any of the original Ghostbusters, it's like they're introducing it to a whole new generation in a way that anyone can go see it. You know what I mean? Like, this is for the next generation. This is like the way Star Wars is supposed to be. You know, they have interesting characters doing cool things using, you know, weapons and technology from the other movies, but they're doing it in a new way. So I think it looks awesome. I'm super psyched for this movie. I will be there day one. That's just me. All right. So then in other remake news, I guess you can say.
Isn't that just all the news now?
We got another look at the new Mulan movie. This one shows a little bit more of the scale, gives a little bit more of the story, exactly what Mulan is. If you aren't familiar with the Disney animated movie from years ago, it's a war. All of the males have to, or one male from each family has to go and fight a war, but this older gentleman only has daughters. So instead of him going to war, his daughter disguises herself as a boy, and she goes out to join a war to fight this oncoming army. And it uses a lot of the original Reflection song from the animated show or the animated movie, but done in a more epic style. So yeah, so what do you guys think of this newer, more epic look of Mulan? Joey, what'd you think of it?
I feel almost the same way I felt about the first trailer we saw. I think this looks awesome. I'm not a big fan of animated Disney movies, but I thought this looked freaking awesome. But how is this going to play with the audience that's walking in expecting like Will Smith is Aladdin type remake? Like, nope. This looks like a serious like war movie.
Yeah, I think that's what anyone that's even slightly familiar with the Mulan story knows that it's a war movie.
Yeah, it just seems like so much more serious than I'm expecting from a Disney remake. Except that I thought it was funny that they're like, we can't have a talking dragon in this because it's a serious movie, and then they're like, well, the evil army with a witch. Wait, what? This was a serious, realistic movie. Oh, wait, there's an evil witch. Okay.
No, it's still a Disney movie. They still got to throw in that fantasy.
That's right. But yeah, I mean, I think it looks really cool. It looks like something, like I said before, it looks like something I would watch on my own on Netflix randomly one night, because that's all I do is watch weird movies. But I just don't know how this is going to play with American audiences. I think it's going to be a massive box office smash in China, which I guess is what they're going for. But I mean, it's no Wolf Warrior 2, but you know what is. But But I don't know. When I'm watching these trailers for the first two trailers for Mulan, I just don't see this like being the movie that is going to get like little girls running to the movie theater like a Disney princess movie should. I just don't see it, and that's perfectly fine. But it's just weird to me that I'm like, oh, cool, this looks like an awesome action movie, and then I'm like, wait, that's not what we were going for, right? So good luck. But for my give a fuck a meter, I'd probably put this at a 3.5.
Okay, all right, that's fair. That's fair. Aubrey, what about you? How'd you feel about Mulan?
I think it looks really cool. I'm excited to see what they've done, but I don't know if I have much faith in it. Like Joey said, I think people are going to go in expecting like the Disney version of it where there's Mushu and everything like that. And I'm concerned that it's not going to do as well because of that. You know, even Aladdin, Lion King, Beauty and the Beast, Jungle Book, they all stuck somewhat to the story. And there was no major character that was kind of left out. And you can even see in the trailer, like, there's different shape-shifting that takes place, too. Like, people are turning into phoenixes and stuff like that. That doesn't happen in the Disney version. So it's going to be interesting to see how it actually does.
I think this movie is going to... I think it's going to just play like gangbusters. Because Aladdin was... good, but it wasn't like amazing, and that still cleared like a couple of billion. I think that made like a ton of money. This one, like the storyline, even though it's based on a true story, the storyline is very easy to understand. You can put it on a napkin, and it's very easy to sell. And the fact that they're treating it like an historic movie, like if they took out the whole Disney and Mulan and animated. The connection to the animated movie, this movie would still play. I think this movie would still be amazing, even if it wasn't based on an animated movie. The fact that you're bringing that audience into it, that's even better. It's even better. So I think this movie is going to be amazing. I think it's going to just blow the doors off of everything. And it's going to hopefully find that nice blend between historical drama and a fun action movie without the Disney princess, without it just checking off the Disney princess box. It definitely reminded me of like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, and I was getting those vibes from it. But yeah, my meter, I'm going to say 4 out of 5. I'm very excited for it. And I watched it when the trailer first came out. I watched it, and they started playing that song, and I'm like, my eyes are getting a little misty. What is wrong with me? I must be tired or something. And then the next day I watched it again. Same thing happened. So I'm ready for this movie. I'm ready. Hey, that's great, Mark. All right, so speaking of Asian female action heroes, we got our look at Black Widow, which is coming out in... I've been waiting all day to make that joke. It's coming out this May. The music, I think, is amazing. The fight choreography is amazing. The cast looks amazing. It's been a while since we've had a Marvel movie, and I'm not going to lie, I've been starting to feel that itch. I want to jump back into that universe. But I think this movie looks like it's going to be a nice, not low-end movie and not like a high-end movie, but it's going to be right in the middle. Just a nice, good female action movie. And I'm looking forward to it. What did you guys think of this trailer, Aubrey?
Uh-oh.
Again, I like the cast, but I think it's going to be annoying to me because I think everybody wanted this movie except for me.
Why don't you want this movie?
I'm not excited for it. I'm not like a crazy Black Widow fan. I think it's really cool to see her history, but I think they're trying too hard to make it work. I think they could have done like a really cool like action type, and even then, I mean, they did make an action movie. It's just, I don't think it's what I want to see. I think it looks stupid. I think it looks like they're trying too hard, and I don't know. I don't even know if I want a Black Widow movie because I kind of like the mystery of her past. I don't know.
I can kind of understand that. Joey, what did you think of it?
Oh, wait. Well, what do you give it on your give a fuck a meter, Aubrey?
Maybe maybe like a 2.5 because I like the cast.
It's higher than I thought.
I'm excited about the cast. I think the cast is what is going to save it for me, honestly.
Fine then.
I just feel like they're making it because it's Scarlett Johansson, and I don't. That's not enough to pull me into a movie.
It's enough to pull me into a movie.
Yeah, seriously, but not Marriage Story. I just can't accept a reality where somebody would want to divorce Scarlett Johansson. So
you're crazy.
What? I'm crazy?
Yeah, she's not that perfect. I mean, she's great, but yeah.
Did you see her dancing in Jojo Rabbit? Did you see her with that coal beard on her face?
No, that's all you. It's all you.
Anyway, I thought this trailer was phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
I was so happy when I saw this trailer. I think it looks great. Maybe it's just the residue from having seen Charlie's Angels, but just the 30 seconds of her and Yelena fighting in the apartment was like, oh, thank God. That was my main concern, is that the majority of this movie is going to be hand-to-hand combat, and I didn't want it to look like shit.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want it to look like an episode of NCIS, like Charlie's Angels. So thankfully it did not. So I was like, oh, thank God. And I think David Harbour as Red Guardian looks fucking awesome. She had the White Widow costume on, which is fucking awesome. Taskmaster, fuck yeah. And like Mark said, it feels like it's been so long since we had a Marvel movie.
Yeah, right.
It's only been 5 months. But it feels like it's been so long. We got out of the hype cycle. You know what I mean? Like, it was always, this trailer's coming out. Here's the after credit scene. This trailer, after credit scene. And then, we had Spider-Man, and then that was it for a while. Nothing was announced or anything, and it sucked. And now we finally have something to look forward to. So I'm excited. I am super excited for this. I can't tell you guys. I know you guys probably aren't as excited as I am, but I think this looks fucking awesome. So I'm giving it a 100 out of 5 on my give a fuck meter.
What is going on with William Hurt's face? That's my question.
He caught something from The Irishman or something.
I'm saying it took. Yeah, right. It took. The movie, I mean, unless this is unless that scene is from early in the history, but he looks younger than he did in fucking Incredible Hulk. They screwed up somewhere.
You don't know when that scene takes place.
Yeah, but in Incredible Hulk, I don't think his hair was that white, but he looked older. I don't know. I think they might have messed up somewhere. Yeah. So my meter, I give it a 4.5 out of 5. I'm excited for it. I think it's going to be good. I like her fighting the other girl, the girl that was in the wrestling movie. I think their hand-to-hand combat is going to be cool. And Rachel Weisz is always good too. And Hopper looked really funny. He actually brought some. I just think it's the second time he's going to be in a big red suit this year.
Hopefully, it's not like the first time.
Yeah. So I think he's bringing some much-needed comedy to it. So I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be badass.
Sweet. And what you said? What, a 4?
A 4.5.
All right, 4 points.
Yeah, awesome. It's mainly because she sticks the landing in a white suit, and she has the straight red hair, and I'm like, all right, that's it.
All in.
That's a win right there.
There you go. You're not Adam Driver. You're not divorcing her.
That's right. That's right. So she wears the white suit and keeps the hair straight. I'm good.
That's right.
All right. So then the last one, guys, we've been waiting for this. We got to do it.
We have to go back.
Uh-oh.
We are going back to the DCEU, kind of. At least definitely going back in time. Wonder Woman 1984 finally released some footage after completing filming a year ago, I think. They were done with this movie a long ass time ago. They don't show anything of the story. They just show some clips of Diana and Kristen Wiig and the Mandalorian without his helmet. And it takes place in 84, and that's all you need to know. It's Wonder Woman. It's 1984. Without the story, I'm not completely sold on this. Without any kind of plot elements, it's just Wonder Woman just doing comic book stuff. So I'm not sure about this. What did you guys think of it, Joey?
It's all right.
Okay.
I don't know. I feel like I'm one of the only people. Remember in They Live, where he got the sunglasses and he could see things and no one else could see it?
Yeah.
That's how I feel when I see anything about Wonder Woman. I feel like the only person that's like, this movie's not that good. It was like 2.5 out of 5. Like, it was like the Thor, the Dark World of the DCEU. It was fine, but it like, I don't know. People were like demanding it be nominated for Oscars and stuff. I'm like, I don't get it. I don't see it. I'm not to rehash old wounds, but still don't really love Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. I mean, I've accepted it at this point, but hashtag not my Wonder Woman.
Kal-El, no.
You just hurt her feelings.
I just, kind of wanted Wonder Woman to have a little more muscle definition and not sound like Tommy Wiseau, but that's neither here nor there. But I don't know, it's fine. It's Wonder Woman, doing Wonder Woman things, like you said. There's not really any context for the story. I have read the spoilers online, so I know the story.
Oh God, I don't want to know.
I'm not saying a word, but we'll see. And I did think the other thing is her swinging on lightning bolts was the stupidest shit I've ever seen in my life. Like, swinging on a lightning bolt like Spider-Man was the dumbest shit I've ever seen. And I don't understand people losing their minds over that because it looks whack as fuck. But other than that, it's fine. It's cool. I like the 80s, so
all right.
I guess we'll enjoy some wacky hijinks of Wonder Woman walking around a mall and being like, Kal-El, no.
Kal-El, no.
Aubrey,
I will give it a 1.75 on the out of 5 on the give a fuck meter.
All right, that's fair. Aubrey, what'd you think?
I really liked the first one, so I'm excited.
What'd you think of the trailer, though? Did it like completely like blow you away?
No, I mean it is what it is, but I'm excited to see what they do with it. And it wasn't like I saw it and I was super excited and like, fuck yes, this is amazing.
No,
I really cared.
Not even with her standing in a big gold hawk girl outfit at the end.
No, not really.
No, I actually.
I don't have high hopes for DC. So until I see it and it's good, then I'll be excited. But I don't trust them. So.
Mm-hmm. What'd you think of her swinging on lightning?
Typical DC. Kind of fuck shit up.
Okay, all right. I think that looks particularly cool because I haven't seen it before. I've never seen anyone swing on lightning like that before. So I'll give it a check. I'll check that. Aubrey, your meter for this.
Again, it's like a 2.5 just because I don't trust DC. So I'm hesitant to be excited, but I liked the last one. So
okay,
I'm not like against it, but I'm not for it completely.
All right. Yeah. And I will say, I don't know, I need to see more footage. I need to see Cheetah in action. I need to get a little more plot in there. But I'm going to say 2. I'm going to agree with you, Aubrey. I'm going to say 2.5. 2.5. I'm not really sure like what is going on other than Steve Rogers. Steve Trevor is there, and it's the 80s. And then that's pretty much it. So yeah, we'll see. That one comes out June 5th. So get ready.
Add it to the list.
All right, so that's pretty much it. Those are all the trailers that I got.
Awesome. All right. So we're glad we were able to get through all those trailers and let everybody know about what's coming up. I think we're probably going to do almost all those movies on the show except for James Bond, I think, right?
Are we doing Free Guy? We're not doing Free Guy.
Yeah, it depends on when it comes out.
Okay. July.
Well, it depends. It's all scheduling, but we could possibly do that. So Free Guy is a maybe. James Bond is a no. Everything else we'll definitely be talking about on the show. So cool. That's what's coming out. Let us know what you thought about those trailers, unless you liked the Wonder Woman trailer, and then I don't care what you thought.
Let us know what you thought, especially the swinging on a lightning aspect and the big gold hawk girl outfit at the end, which I thought was pretty weird.
So I'm a big fan of Flash Gordon, the movie.
That's what I was getting from it.
Boy, the soundtrack won't be as good. But yeah, so let's wrap it up. Let's get some recommendations and let's see what you got for the listeners out there. Aubrey, what do you got for us this week?
Everybody watch The Mandalorian. I haven't been watching too much of it, but I am really excited to catch up and Baby Yoda is a big thing now for some fucking reason. So,
is it a ringing endorsement for the Mandalorian?
I really like Baby Yoda. I mean, I think he's really cute, but it pisses me off when people who don't care about Star Wars are like, "Oh my god, Baby Yoda!" Go fuck yourselves. It's like girls saying that they play Call of Duty and that they're gamers. Go away.
All right, then. Marcellus, how about you?
Yeah, I want to recommend everyone check out, let's see. By the time you hear this, there are going to be 3 episodes into it already. But check out Crisis on Infinite Earths. It's the annual like crossover event for the CW shows. They've only, as of re-recording this, they've only done 1 episode, and it's awesome. So just the fact that they get to play in these different playgrounds, I think is really cool. And who knows what they're going to do following this, but I would say check it out. By the time you hear this, there'll be 3 deep, and then the next 2 will be at the beginning of the year. So get caught up either on demand or with the CW app, and check out Infinite Crisis, or Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Yeah, Infinite Crisis is different.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I realize that.
Awesome. Well, I will recommend that everyone go to SoWizardPodcast.com, where they can find the podcast every week, links to all our social media accounts on the right-hand side of the page, movie reviews, streaming picks, so much more. SoWizardPodcast.com. Don't forget to subscribe to us on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, just about any podcatching app under the sun. You search for us and we'll be there. Check out our YouTube channel. Go to YouTube, search So Wizard Podcast. We've got weekly free and exclusive content on there. Adam is going to start doing trailer reactions. So we've got one of those going up in the next couple days. We had a dry run one that went up a couple days ago, and we took that down because Adam did it as a joke where he like didn't react to anything that was happening on purpose. And I think only me and him got the joke. So, yeah, we have actual reaction videos coming soon and other cool stuff. Check out our Patreon, patreon.com/SoWizardPodcast. You can get exclusive episodes of the podcast that you don't get anywhere else when you monetarily support us on Patreon. It's the only way to hear our reviews of movies like Bohemian Rhapsody, Jojo Rabbit, Hellboy 2019, and more. Patreon.com/SoWizardPodcast. I will recommend you check out The Irishman on Netflix. 3.5 hours of your life gone. If you like Martin Scorsese gangster movies, then you will love this. It's not going to change your mind if you don't. And some of these special effects are a little dodgy, but I enjoyed it. I liked it. It felt like the Force Awakens of Scorsese gangster movies. So it is what it is, but I definitely enjoyed it. So I would say definitely check out The Irishman on Netflix. But that is all we've got for this week on So Wizard Podcast. Next week is going to be the Star Wars Episode 9 Hype Train episode. We are going to sit down and rank all the Star Wars movies so far into one big list and see what comes out on top and what comes out on the bottom. So that will do it. We'll see you then. On behalf of my co-host, I've been your host, Joey DiCarlo, and we've got the queen of all nerds, Aubrey Litchfield.
So long, and thanks for all the fish.
And the expert, Mr. Marquis Marcellus Reagans.
I cannot wait for Ghostbusters. I don't care what anyone says. Wakanda forever.
We'll see you guys next week. Good journey.